Hello and welcome to the Fanboy Modeling School. I am the Fat Mantis, back here in HD, ready to rip it. Fanboy Modeling School, first episode of 2026, and I'm not alone, of course, because I can't do Fanboy without my man
Steve. Good, ain't no gimmicks. Glad to be back, man. How the hell are you, buddy?
We've had a little hiatus. I've missed you. I've missed your antics.
I've missed your antics too. How are you, man? You have on a black hoodie. You have on very colorful headphones, man. You're doing good. Doing good in life.
For starters, don't project onto me because I'm doing horrible. I'm doing absolutely horrible. I work a day job. I have the bills to pay. And I have not known the feel of a woman in quite some time, friend. Okay.
Wow, man. No, you're doing great. You're doing great.
But you know what always makes me feel better about these horrible things about my life?
What's that?
Talking about nerd culture and comic books and comic book movies and complaining about politics in the world. So we're going to do great tonight.
Yes. Fanboy Modeling School brought to you by RizRadio.com, Riz Radio Live 365. Sunday evening. We're back.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Right here, Fanboy Modeling School on Sundays. So, my man, what have we missed in your life? What is your 2026 bringing to you so far right now?
Man, so far 2026 has been more of working for the man, which is fine, right? Everyone has to pull their weight in this world and has to have some form of income. And I pray that you all find a job that you can at least tolerate, if not love. But so far 2026 has been good, man. Brought in the new year with the family, you know. My kids promptly got excommunicated right to their rooms at 12:01. They couldn't make it, those little heathens, to 12:05, 12:06 before they incurred the wrath of their father. And I'm like, everyone goes to bed. No!
This is what you waited up for. Justice. Shallon Iceboxer in the chat says, "Does my eyes deceive me? They do not, friend. Fanboy Modeling School is back on a weekly basis. We're going to be doing Sundays. Yeah. Of course, unfortunately, I know the show skips around to different days and different energies and stuff, but it just is what it is with the world of men who work. We've also got Rogue Radio over here. Bills be costing people's souls. That's very true. Good to see you, Rogue Radio. Much love. Happy New Year to all, actually.
Happy New Year to all, man. What about you? What exciting things are going on in the world of Mantis?
Literally nothing. Literally nothing. I think I fell in love with a lesbian. I think that's pretty much the top tier story of my life. So, but anyway, like I said, all I have is complaining about comic book news.
Wait, what do you mean you fell in love with a lesbian?
That was a joke. That was a joke.
Okay.
I thought, what was the most pathetic thing a man could say?
You tell us that story right now.
I kind of wish that my life was that interesting.
Mantis is like, there's something about your fade and your manly walk that makes me want to put a veil on your head and make you wear a dress. I love it, man. So much stuff going on in nerdom in our absence, man. I think the last thing you and I chopped it up about offline was about Predator Badlands, which, if you listen to the wrong side of the internet, was a huge flop for Disney, but it is currently the #1 VOD right now. It made back its money.
It did fine. It did fine.
I love the movie. But that was the last thing we talked about, man. I was really happy.
Here's what I'm saying. It didn't make a gangbusters money the way a Marvel movie would in its heyday. However, It didn't cost nearly as much as that.
No.
And that's what you have to factor in.
Yeah, and I have to also factor in that, brother, I called you when I left the movie theater, and I was like, I don't know what this feeling is I'm having. I left the movie theater, and I'm not caping for a movie. I enjoyed it. It was good.
It was good. You had a good time.
I had good feelings.
When you say caping, I usually leave lately movie theaters, and I'm just enraged at what I saw. Because it seems like comic book movies are going out of their way to take a big old deuce on the original properties that they're based off of, right?
It's true.
So it's great, and I know that here's what it is: the Predator Badlands. One could argue it's a comic book movie because a lot of the lore comes out of the comic books, Alien Predator comic books, right? Yeah. You could call it not a comic book movie because it's a lot of original content. Whatever it was, whatever side you stand on, it was a good time, and I highly recommend it. Please check this movie out.
And we finally got to see the Yautja fight in a way that didn't seem cumbersome or weird. They had gotten to a good place in Prey, where the Yautja had finally seemed like, oh, this guy, he's got hand-to-hand. We hadn't seen hand-to-hand skills since Predator 2. I actually went back and watched the original Predator and Predator 2. You know, I watch them every so often just for the heck of it. And I got to tell you, man, there was something deeply wrong with the Yautja from Predator 2. Like, he was a little off. Wasn't he?
Wasn't he? Not in the movie canon, but on the side canon, wasn't he considered like, I forget what it was, like a wild Yautja or a mad Yautja?
Yeah, bad blood. A bad blood.
Okay, bad blood.
He teeters along the lines of bad blood where he's like, there is an honor code. He's like Pentecostals. He's like, I know there's an honor code. There's something I shouldn't be doing, but I'm going to do it anyway.
I'm going to do it that makes me feel good right now. And that's good? Dancing with snakes and dogging and dungs.
I'm going to kill an old lady because she pulled a gun on me. But yeah, man, I enjoyed that movie, man. Great sword play in it. I want to before we get into the winning of Donald Trump, already setting the year off great for 2026 for the Trumpster team there. Let's talk about Avengers Doomsday. The direct sequel to Endgame, which came out how many years ago, my brother?
5 or 6, maybe?
Yeah. So this is the direct sequel. So everything that happened in between, it's good.
Meaningless. No, here's what I'm saying. I know Loki's going to have a major part in it, and like there's no way you can like have a Loki in a thing without discussing where he's been. Mm-hmm. So I hear what you're saying, but I think in general it is a direct sequel because they're directly addressing what happened to Captain America after he decided to go honeymooning in the past.
Yes, and messing with the timeline. I think that the only thing that's going to be relevant to this movie is going to be Loki and Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Right.
Those are the only things I could see being directly relevant to it. But how is it that James Cameron managed to sneak in this situation? Or did they force Cameron into this? They're like, hey, we're going to release your movie with the blue people and the water and the fire. But now that we own you, your movie's going to prop up your biggest rival to date and show trailers from this property.
So basically, here's what it is. I sometimes you just can't believe these scoopers because what the scoopers had said originally is before Avatar came out. Now, I'm no Avatar fan. I will state that right now. The first one was all right. It was a good time. I think I was more impressed with the 3D than the actual movie. I didn't see 2, and I'm not going to see 3, right? But the rumor is that 3 was the worst one they had made. And they said, you know what, we need people in, butts in the seats. Let's do this crazy trailer scam, right? Where they're like, we're going to have these exclusive Avengers, trailers that you can only get, if you go and watch it. Guess what? We live in a modern age where every single human, even poor ones, bums have this going on too, where they have cameras in their phones. Right. And so all of them immediately leaked. It wasn't even, so most people saw it leak. Not only that, did you see the ones where they used AI to clean up the bad quality? So it's like, it's almost stupid putting something only in theaters.
Yeah. And it's, no, very well said, man. Welcome in, Rico. It has been very long. Good to have you back. It was a great ad campaign, right? I'm not a big Avatar fan. I loved the first movie, I won't lie to you, but I didn't watch 2, and I definitely didn't watch this one. Funny meme inspired by Avatar. I guess there's one of the blue people is very fire happy, and there's a meme floating around on the internet, and it shows, the bad guy who managed to be resurrected. We're not going to get into all that, but he's teaching her how to use a flamethrower, and the meme is Trumpers with their Filipino wives.
Yo, oh my God, it's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Because I haven't seen it, but I know the characters you're speaking about, and she is his Filipino wife. That's hysterical.
I'm just like, bro, the internet is undefeated, man. But so how many
in the chat?
Go ahead.
Real quick, over in our chat, I want to point out that Shaolin says that he is living for the redemption of Scott Summers in these trailers.
I knew you would be, my brother. I knew you would.
Oh my God, I am too. I'm loving it.
So let's get right to it. Let's start with what I think is probably the best trailer the X-Men reveal. And it looks like we're getting X-Men proper. You know, we got the gold and blue uniform there.
Right.
So
his 90s uniform glory. That's probably his best costume.
Yeah, the Captain America of the X-Men. I may not be the biggest Scott Summers fan, but I've always known exactly what he is. He's a leader of leaders, man. He like the guy cannot be stopped when he puts his mind to a task. And we have a great shot of the X Mansion, you know, destroyed in some dismay.
Although speaking of memes, it's funny that people started putting out that Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters has now become a geriatric home for mutants. They showed the old Professor X and the old Magneto, because it's true. Those motherfuckers are old.
Yeah, they're very
like they're defying old. I think they're hitting 90 or whatever. These two.
I didn't know they were both still alive, to be honest with you.
I didn't know you could put them in front of a movie and give them directions. No offense, Patrick Stewart, but I love you. But
hey, but you know what, though, man? I'm glad Patrick Stewart's back, even though I really enjoyed his send-off in Logan, which I'm going to watch because it is the best movie that came out of that entire franchise. Good to see him back. You're a Scott Summers fan. How happy were you to see him repping?
Yo, and you know what I'm saying? He's going through his move, you know, his go-to move. Everyone has a go-to move, and Scott's is like, when I'm losing, just rip my visor off and don't care who gets destroyed. I love it. Something we haven't seen in the movies yet. Just checking in with the chat real quick. It looks like Rico says, are you guys interested in Animal Farm? No, I love the book Animal Farm. If they're making a movie, I didn't know that. But I would definitely check that out. Rogue Radio says, I like the third one the best of the Avatar films. Okay. You know, here's what it is. It's doing well in the box office. It's they didn't need the Avengers gimmick.
Right.
You know, it's doing fine. They're going to make another 2 of them or whatever.
3.5 hours.
I'm so glad I don't watch those movies. No, here's what it is. I don't like blue things. Okay, you know, so I can't. But you know, more power and love to anyone who is into blue things. If you like blue people, go hang out with them. But Nightcrawler and the Beast, not my favorites. But yeah, I'll say this. So you realize what this sparked, what the Scott Summers trailer ended up sparking, a mutation of a probable lie or, you know, bad scoop having to do with Spider-Man. Have you heard about this?
No, I haven't.
So you know how everyone's wondering who Sadie Sink from Stranger Things is playing in Brand New Day. Now, just simply because she has red hair, they can only guess people who have red hair, and apparently there's only been 3 people in all of comicdoms with red hair, because they keep guessing the same 3 people over. And at first it was Jean Grey, and then it was Rachel something or other, who was a sidekick of Punisher. And so finally, seeing the Cyclops trailer, they then surmise she's Rachel Summers, the second Phoenix from the future, and that she's Scott's child, who's going to somehow be involved with the Doctor Doom kidnapping children storyline. What do you think of that?
I heard the Doctor Doom kidnapping children who represent the essence of the Infinity Stones, and again, that will be the thing that makes me walk out the theater. I will also be walking out promptly if it's Tony Stark. Like I'm walking out if he somehow is Tony Stark in another country, because in Fantastic Four, that Doctor Doom is from Doom Proper's country. So I don't want to hear nothing about it.
Okay, so have you heard the possible supposed leaks on this one?
Some of them. What'd you hear?
Okay, so basically, and once again, you can only trust these things with a grain of salt. You never know what's going on. So supposedly, the Doctor Doom who's in this story, he is from another dimension that ended up getting destroyed because of incursions. And in that universe, he is married to Sue Storm. He's the ruler of Latveria, the father to a child named Franklin and Anne Valeria.
Wow.
And it was all taken from him. And so that's what his motivation is, to cross the dimensions and to fix all this stuff with Kang and all these idiots.
I'll take that, right?
That would be fine. That would be fine, Origin.
That's fine. Because I know that it's going to be impossible for them to do the incursions the way that it was done in the comics. They had like 60 issues to do this over a course of years, massive tie-ins, but you know, I'm still sticking with the train of thought. Doomsday, land this one, then what's the next one after that? Secret Wars.
Secret Wars.
Yeah, after that, let's take about a 20-year break from any Marvel property.
Here's the thing. This movie, and because basically you realize what they set it up basically as, it's really an X-Men versus Avengers movie. Right. And that alone is going to be at least worth $1 billion, if not more. Right. Like, here's what I'm saying. The movie will do gangbusters, whether it's worthy of it or not. The question is, will it be a movie I'm willing to rewatch?
And will it be a movie you're willing to sit through? My attention span has diminished greatly. I'm heading towards 45, man. I put the second Avatar movie on, saw the length of it, and I was like, nope. I was like, don't have that much time left. Can't squander it on these things, man.
So I'll have you know, I'm getting old in every way. My knees hurt. I can't process alcohol the same way. I think my beard when my 5 o'clock shadow is getting gray. Right. But out of all the things I still have is my attention span. So I will watch a 4-hour superhero movie.
Now, I'm surprised. Would you sit through the extended, jointed cut of Kill Bill?
No. And so for that, wait, hold on. I'll explain that.
4.5 hours, my God.
What I know, I saw they put out the whole Dargon story, I think is what it's called. This is the subtitle of it. So here's the thing about it. In my personal opinion, Kill Bill 1 and 2 have very different energies, right, and they're meant to be different movies. Yeah. They're sequel to another one. I don't think they should be mashed together. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen this cut of the Godfather where it's Godfather 1 and 2 mashed together chronologically in order.
No.
They actually have a version of that, and like, who wants that? No. I will take 2 hours at a time. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. I have not been this jazzed for a sequel since Boondock Saints 2, which, by the way, I thought was great. I mean, I never thought that guy would get to make another film in Hollywood ever again. But here we are. We have the Scott Summers reveal, and then we get the next banger, Fantastic Four in Wakanda. Your thoughts?
So, I don't have a lot of thoughts on that. Here's what it is. I don't think that's a strong trailer.
I haven't even
here's what it is. We all know out of all the trailers, obviously the X-Men hit the hardest, right?
Right.
This one with the Wakanda and the Fantastic Four, it's more like plot of the movie, but it's not spectacle. Like, okay. you know what spectacle for like a second? The Steve Rogers one, because people weren't even sure if he was going to be in this movie. Right. So when it wasn't confirmed to be back, okay. And so that was our confirmation that we're getting Steve Rogers, but not just Steve Rogers, our Steve Rogers, because there was like a rumor that he was going to come back as Captain Hydra. You know how these rumors start.
Don't want it.
We're actually getting the one who went back to the 50s to hang out with his chick and steal her from some other guy, and so a lot of controversy on that. Have you heard about this one?
No, I haven't heard the controversy.
So here's the thing. So the controversy of this one is Peggy, is her name Peggy?
Yeah, Peggy.
Captain Britain. We really try to make that happen. So basically, here's the deal. She has 2 children in the MCU already. She's married to a man that has 2 children. And then by going back in time and becoming her boo and marrying her and having kids with her, Steve is stealing that guy's future. And so people are saying, like, my sister being one of them, are mad at him because they're saying, like, he's supposed to be a morally uprighteous guy. Why would he do this? However,
you're going to say it before I do.
You want to say it?
If you're going to say that those children that we see that they never show the dad to, that's Steve Rogers' kids. And
so I actually wasn't going to say that, but
that's what they explained it. Like, that's where it's the timey loopy boopy doopy stuff is like, he didn't change the timeline. Nothing changed. That in fact, it is his children because
that does theoretically work because remember, he didn't want to reveal that he went back in time. So he hid from the other Avengers. So he probably would have not revealed that he's her husband. Right. And you're right. We never met her husband. But the other way that I see it is Captain America spent his life fighting the Nazis, fighting all the crazy things in the world, saving the universe all these ways. My man deserves a reward.
Yeah.
Let him get his girl.
What did her husband do? And the guy that she was interested in, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they took that guy from her show. It was a Latino dude. He's like a Cuban guy. And they put him in their little universe, and he wound up going off with Quake in the future. Did you know that?
I actually did not know that. I'm so glad that show isn't canon.
Yeah, he's in the final battle. If you ever get a chance, my brother, just watch the last season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Very interesting stuff, because they got into the incursions long before the MCU did. And I think that's one of the reasons they got in the coffin. They were in multiverse shenanigans in the last season of the show.
Right. Yeah, here's what I'm saying. I am so I think this marketing campaign worked just because like I am gassed, and before I kind of didn't really care. Obviously, I was going to see it. There's no way I was going to see it opening day. Probably with you.
Yeah,
but this has reinvigorated my energy. But just like Shaolin in the chat, it's the Scott Summers thing. Yeah. Is the main thing that's charging me, and I just want to see the X-Men in their real costumes.
Yeah. Everyone but Halle Berry.
So that's another question. People are like, is she going to be in it? Is Jean Grey going to be in it? Because they haven't been announced.
Yeah. Well, we could probably do without them. Those two.
Steve is a hater. Here's what I'm saying. I admit that was the worst casting for Jean Grey in the history. They could have gotten a male homeless person to play a better Jean Grey than the chick they got, right? Jensen, whatever, Famicom, whatever. However, just for nostalgia's sake, I want to see her here, but I want her to actually have red hair and actually be in a costume.
You know what? I won't fight against it, man. I would definitely support both of them coming back, man. If it's like, if they go that era of X-Men and we got them in their appropriate attire, I actually think, before we spin back to Wakanda and the Fantastic Four, I actually think or hope, I doubt this is going to happen, and I haven't heard anyone say it, so this is off the top. I'm hoping that these X-Men are the X-Men from X-Men 97. That would be just appropriate to me.
You know, here's the thing. I don't care which X-Men they are. I don't care if they connect to any of these dimensions. I just want to see the X-Men in their costumes fighting, actually having correct powers. Like I want to see Rogue fly around. I want to see her lifting Sentinels and smashing them. I want to see it all. I don't want to be held back from anything. If anything has proven it that can work, it's just seeing Wolverine in all his yellow glory.
That was great,
Deadpool. People want comic accurate stuff. Absolutely.
I actually really enjoyed it. I know why they animated that part. So the crazy thing about the Wakanda visit from the Fantastic Four, if you go back to the comic book before time runs out and it was the actual incursion event, it started with Black Panther in Wakanda. You know, T'Challa's out showing around some young scientists and telling them about the legacy of Wakanda. And he's alluding to that they need to become spacefaring people, if I remember correctly, or that was the conclusion of the whole thing. And then that's when he sees an Earth incursion. It turns red, and then we get the reveal of Black Swan, who I hope is in this movie, who I hope is picked like an actress that can actually carry that character. But
wait, you're saying Natalie Portman from that ballet movie?
Yeah. That movie was sick and disgusting. But we're not going to get that. So more than likely, I'm piecing it together in my head. At the end of Thunderbolts, #New Avengers, we see the Fantastic Four, space shuttle coming into 616 reality.
Right.
I'm wondering if they're heading right to Wakanda, and then we kind of get the story from there. What do you think?
So what I think is, and I think, here's what I'm basically guessing. So if you watch Fantastic Four, they clearly live in a more technologically advanced world than the normal MCU, right? Because Reed Richards, unlike Tony Stark, shared his technology, right? And they have like flying cars, they have all these things. I bet you anything, they come to the planet and they scan it and they find that Wakanda is the most technologically advanced city. And so they go straight to it.
That dog hunts.
Thinking that everyone else is some primitive animal.
Yeah, that dog hunts. And so we'll have Shuri Black Panther, M'Baku making a comeback as well.
You know what's funny? I have to eat my words right now. I have to eat my words for you, for Shaolin, a couple of you guys out there, because before Black Panther 2 came out, I was all about Shuri becoming the Black Panther. I said, that's the solution. And you guys were like, no, recast. And I said, I hate recasts. We were going back and forth. And after having seen the movie, they should recast. Because Shuri being Black Panther light is not working for me. And if they're just going to, here's what I'm saying. If they're just going to put Shuri in the role of what a mighty, powerful Black Panther would have done, I don't want to see that.
Yeah. It's crazy because she actually gets an honorable death, and I do quotations in the comic book, like when this whole thing is going down. I believe at the same time this is happening, we have Thanos coming back looking for his son Thane, and that's where we get the epic fight in Wakanda where Homeboy, one of those guys, but Shuri goes down on her sword. But yeah, I'm not into it. But again, give me a good story, and there's a lot of stuff I can support. Moving right along, Thor making a comeback, trying to finally fix the identity problem, which has been Thor in the MCU, man. So what, he's praying to Odin. He's got his axe that he gave,
which is sacrilegious. Don't love that.
Started right off with the paganism,
with the pagan nonsense. The thing I don't like, the thing that annoys me, but I guess I have to deal with it because this is what Marvel's decided to do with the character. I think it was, creating the character Love, aka his fake daughter, who's really Eternity, was one of the worst things I've ever seen in the MCU. It's second to that of everything that happened in She-Hulk. So I would say I don't want to see a story revolving around his daughter. I kind of don't ever want to see that character again. And so I don't love that was commented on in the trailer because you can tell she's going to have something to do with the plot.
Yeah. Hopefully what she's going to have to do with it, and it lends to this whole doom stealing children thing. Hopefully it's not that. But it's looking like something happens to her, and now he's going to participate in this seismic battle on behalf of her, to save her.
Just real quick, did you see Stranger Things? Are you a Stranger Things person? Did you see the last?
No, I haven't. Oh,
so we don't have to go over it all, right? But I will tell you right this. People hate season 5 for many reasons. One of the reasons is they have a story where an invisible boogeyman dude is kidnapping children, bringing them to his slug hut, taking a tentacle and shoving it down their throats. And everyone started being like, what type of vibe is this giving off? and this is my message to all you guys who are making genre. How can you not realize that bringing plot lines that have to do with children or abducting children is cringe as fuck?
100%.
And people do not want to see it. It's all right that children are in them here and there, but the plots revolving around abduction of children, it's just really cringe.
Yeah, no one wants to get into that, man. And I blame this on anime, to be honest with you. The tentacles and mouths.
The tentacles, man, that's totally anime.
But, I'm hoping that they correct Thor, man. Again, I'll never forgive them for what they did in Love and Thunder, what they did to one of my favorite characters, Gore the God Butcher, which, that was just a travesty.
Rip the real Gore, though, God Butcher.
Yeah, RIP for real. But, it's one of those things like I was vibing with the trailer because if they're going to give Thor the identity of, unworthy Thor, heartbroken Thor, which he goes through in the comic book, man. His unworthy run is worth a read. If you haven't read it, when he becomes unworthy, it is really.
I read, I read the first 6. I did, because remember when everyone was making a big deal. They're like, it'll be a collector's items. Female Thor. I enjoyed it. I didn't stick with it. Maybe I should have, but
the Jane Foster run was actually pretty dope. And then the weakest one, obviously, in my opinion, was the Captain America one, but only because I was just like, we didn't get much, and you want more out of that trailer. Like, I wanted a little bit more out of that. But
you know what? They should have shown us the Nomad costume because you've heard about this, right? And I think it's probably true.
What's this?
He's not going to come back as Captain America because Sam is Captain America. So he'll do his alternate from the comic books personality, which is Nomad. And so he's like, you know, he's a superhero with no patriotic symbols on him.
Yeah.
When he's this has happened several times in the comic books. It's like when he's given up on America.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll still be a hero, but I'll be nomad, right? And so they're saying he's going to be nomad in the movie, and I think that's true because I don't think they're going to have two Captain Americas running around. That will be a real disservice to Sam.
It will be a real disservice to Sam, and I'm also looking forward to Sam finally taking the serum. There's no way he makes it through this battle without some serum in him.
The things he was doing in his movie, Captain America 4, he should not have been able to do without serum. It makes no sense that like all these villains have the serum, and he all he needs to just take the serum. Your predecessor took the serum. There's no reason to be ashamed of the serum. Like, what is going on here?
Just do it, man. Just do it.
By the way, Diego was pointing out when I was talking about the worst things in Marvel, the MCU, Diego reminds me that the Eternals exist.
Oh, yeah. There's a great scene in Marvel Zombies where Icarus is fighting Captain Marvel, who's become zombified, and he's just messed up from the battle. So now they're locked in this eternal fight with each other, and they can't kill each other. That was pretty cool. They also killed Kate Bishop in that scene. They made Riri pretty useful in that. If you ever get a chance, man, check it out. I've said it before, and I'm sure if Shalin's still here, he'll agree with me if he watched it. Blade Knight was nothing but Piccolo in Marvel. That's what that was, and I loved every minute of it. Now, I do want to bring in some commentary on the X-Men trailer from one of your favorite creators who always just has so much to say about these type of things. And it's Grace Randolph.
Oh, just when I thought I was going to hold down my lunch.
I'm going to share my screen if you wouldn't mind. There. Oh, wait, I lost it.
Where'd it go?
Bring it back.
It dropped out.
There it is. You got it? All right. Let's hear what Grace has to say.
Oh, I love me some X-Men. I am a huge.
Why does she always have to make those noises?
And Batman, who got me into comics in the first place. And I've really lucked out as a comic book fan. I think both of them have had, of course, wonderful cinematic adaptations, and on the small screen, big screen and small screen. In fact, I would wager that the animated versions are created a lot of comic book fans that exist today. So animation's really important. And of course, X-Men has been blessed with a great new animated series, although we're all kind of nervous about how season 2 is going to be with a significant creative change. As for this, I mean, I know what's in it because it leaked last week. I've tried really hard to avoid it because this one I wanted to react to. Unfortunately, you couldn't avoid the stills. So I have seen a quick glimpse of Cyclops, in his James Marsden in the Cyclops accurate suit. It didn't seem to fit him as well as the classic suit looks on Hugh Jackman as Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine. But again, I just saw a quick glimpse at it. So let's take a look together. Have you watched that, or did you hold out until it was officially?
Pause it for a second. She could literally nitpick anything. When you saw that costume, do you think it didn't fit him?
Wasn't even something that came into my mind.
Oh my god, man! This is right here. Shaolin points out that Mahershala Ali in Marvel Zombies was Piccolo coded.
Yeah, Piccolo coded for sure.
Diego's like, is this woman on drugs? She most certainly is. It's called white privilege and estrogen.
Upper East Side wine for sure.
Release. I recognize that house. Okay, or mansion, I should say, or state, or school. All right, here we go. What is it?
Death comes for us all.
You might want to skip a little because we don't want this audio to get us in trouble. I don't know if we could, but
how is she able to play it?
I don't know. Like I said, white privilege and estrogen.
Man, that was quick. Some would say ridiculously quick. Oh, I hear the ticking. I've never actually watched one of these.
If you want to go back to the shooting, I didn't know there was shooting his blast.
Where is it? There.
I really like James Marsden. I mean, he got himself into a little bit of trouble writing a letter to a judge. I believe that was the case.
What's
he's
going
like,
on?
take this damn
I
mask.
don't know. I'll bring it right here.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Go get some.
I love
Who
the
wants
X-Men.
cake?
The X-Men are
Cyclops is gonna dish out some cake.
Man, that was quick. Some would say ridiculously quick. Oh, I hear the ticking. I've never actually watched one of these legitimately before, and I didn't know there was ticking. I really like James Marsden. I mean, he got himself into a little bit of trouble writing a letter to a judge. I believe that was the case.
I don't know what she's talking about.
He's like, take this damn mask off. He's plagued by it. But he's great. James Marsden, professionally, I think is a really great actor and has only gotten better as he's gotten older. He and Hugh Jackman have both aged beautifully.
All right, that's a different Grace. But I was hoping by using her platform, we wouldn't get deplatformed on it. But people are vibing with it, man. People are vibing with the trailers, and the MCU might be back, man. The MCU might be back.
Yo, I'm saying, all you need is an Avengers versus X-Men movie. It's like, it's going to just go over so well. Everyone's just going to buy tickets. I'm going to be so into it. Now, you know what would enrage me?
Oh, rage.
If the X-Men are just a cameo or they get killed in the Sentinel scene.
Yeah, that would, I'd be walking out right then and there.
Oh my God. They need to be careful not to do this.
So, but I mean, yeah, man, have we seen a return of comic book franchises? Is there real enthusiasm? I think there was a lot of enthusiasm around Superman, James Gunn's Superman, obviously, but I don't know if it translated into staying power. And now with everything going on with Netflix versus Paramount for Warner Brothers, the acquisition there, we're in flux with the DC. We don't know if they're coming and going or what's happening over there. But I do know this, man. We got to go see this opening night. Got to get our initial reactions right after we walk out of the 3.5-hour movie theater.
Right.
And, hopefully it's worth it, man. Hopefully it's worth it. Hopefully everything we went through, just like a bad relationship, will all be fixed by this therapeutic process.
Right. Exactly. We just had a bad, what do they call it?
Bad spree there.
Yeah. Bad spree, bad sprout, whatever it is you relationship people do. We had a little bad period, but we're back on it.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to see the other X-Men. Like I said, I want to see Rogue, even if she's Anna Paquin, in the green bodysuit with her aviator jacket. Right. Obviously, we know we're getting the comic accurate Gambit. That's for sure.
Right.
I'm about to make a name for myself over here.
So, real quick, you see what I have up on the screen here?
Yeah, honestly, man, can't wait.
Love this book as a kid, right? Yeah. Iliad. I don't think we read the Iliad. We did read the Odyssey, and
it's funny, I didn't read the Iliad until college, but yes, in high school, it's all about the Odyssey.
Yeah, there's no way you read that in high school. We went to school in New York, man. Everyone's always blown away when I tell them we read the Odyssey in like the 5th grade. That's when I read it. My English teacher was like, To Kill a Mockingbird and now the Odyssey.
Right. It's funny, if you listen to schools outside of New York, and no offense to anyone, if you're from Ohio or Michigan or whatever, we all love you, even though you're uneducated. But they don't read this stuff. Right. They're like, what? What's an Odyssey? I'm like,
books. You must mean the Communist Manifesto.
They're like, To Kill a what? Like stuff like that.
It's Christopher Nolan's Odyssey, man. You want to?
I'm excited. I'm really excited for this one, actually.
Let's check it out. Hope there's no original music.
It's my boy Agamemnon.
After
That's what
years
that is
of
right
war,
there. Agamemnon?
Yeah.
no one could stand between my men and home.
I'm back, huh?
Not even me.
Yeah, the Cyclops.
Yeah.
Promise me you will come back.
What if I can't?
Man, other movies besides the MCU. Stuff's popping off. What do you think?
It's things are popping off. Like I love how the chat was talking about the Animal Farm. It is an animated, obviously it's a 3D animated movie, but I used to love that book back in the day.
Yeah.
Friends, Romans, farm animals.
What they did to that damn horse was horrible. Rico says over the chat, is this movie on drugs? You got that one already. And that's a wild switch. To Kill a Mockingbird is like 100 pages.
Right. And the Odyssey's like 500.
It's books, man. It's books. I'm definitely going to go see this one at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, matinee. Yeah,
right.
Vibe out this. But here it is. It's finally here. And any big thoughts or takeaways on this one, or do you want to get right to the Trumpster and his Odyssey?
I love Christopher Nolan. I love Matt Damon. I love the Odyssey. This is a great movie. Let's get over to Trump.
Okay, so here it is. Finally, the last 20 minutes of the show. In the wee hours of the morning, a few days ago, President Trump initiated what I believe is called Operation Nightbird or something like that. And they sent in Delta Force into Venezuela, right, to grab the brash dictator who said, I'm waiting for a fight. I'm dancing in the street.
Right, he's dancing around. He's like, whatever. Come over, America.
And an old school helicopter raid with joint attacks around military bases. Go ahead.
Which speaking of which, in terms of movies, in a few years we're gonna get a movie version of that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I didn't know exactly.
Operation Nightingale.
And I'm no military expert, and I don't pretend to be, but there are a lot of people who pretend to be on YouTube, and I've watched so much commentary on it. Apparently, this guy was seconds away from closing the door on his panic room, and they got him. No American losses. A couple of guys injured, completely wiped out the Cuban Special Forces group that was protecting him.
Right.
The Russian military equipment that was sent there meant nothing. China's money meant nothing. It did not stop. Surprisingly to everyone but me, the country that spends trillions of dollars a year in military capability
right.
do exactly what they said they were going to do.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely amazing win. It is really hard. It is really like, no offense. Once again, even though we are political animals and we have political opinions on this show, right. I don't want people, I hope people are not offended by the fact that we might have different ones than you guys.
Right.
But I do feel that there is this liberal cope. They're trying real hard to spin it as something bad.
Right.
And they're like, who are these poor Venezuelans? They're partying in the streets. If you look at their TikToks, there's all these TikToks of them explaining that they're like, he wasn't a legitimate president. He stole the elections multiple times in a row. This is a good. I don't like. Here's what it is. He was about to. Speaking of closing the door, I thought you were going to say a different type of closing the door, because the reason why this happened is he was about to close the door on ever trading with America. He was cutting a deal with Russia and China. Yeah, and he was going to say America's left out. And Trump was like, no, no.
It's like when your parents tell you that they're about to give you a whooping, and you're like, I'm going to call the police or I'll call child services. And they're like, they won't make it here in time. They will not make it here in time. And they didn't make it in time. And in fact, it proves the type of deals that you make with these countries like North Korea, China, and Russia. They're not really looking for their best. They're not vested in the best interest of your country, right? They're looking to get the resources, and that's it. If they were really invested in this country, they would have sent their military there. They would have staked claim over it. But here we have Trump forbidding another Cold War-esque Cuban Missile Crisis situation where foreign powers have a nuke that close to our borders. Yes, there are other things. You most certainly were there for the oil. I won't lie to you, folks. That's
the thing. People are like, he's like, I love it. And this is also a lot of liberal cope. They often say this. They're always like trying to point out that like something a conservative does is not out of the goodness of their heart. They're like, Trump is only there for the oil. Well, what do you think Russia and China were there for? To be their boys or whatever? They think they have a rich culture. They want to learn how to make rice and beans from them. Come on, bro.
It's gonna be great. No.
They show up because they're trying to be their friends so they could get the oil. Yeah. And Trump did something better than any of the other guys could do. He gave them freedom.
Now, you know what the crazy part is? After removing this guy, some people think that it was a deal where this guy gave himself up. It goes back and forth in the conspiracy lanes. His vice president was talking spicy. Young lady was talking very, very spicy the next day. And, he's the rightful president. There's only one president. It took exactly 12 hours for her to break it down.
But you saw that what happened is she was talking spicy. She's like, this will not stand. And Trump did a public, at a press conference, did a public threatening. He said, she better get in line or her fate is going to be worse than his. And then you said, like, you're right, 12 hours after that, she's like, I can work with you guys. This is going to be a great arrangement.
But it's, just from a military strategic standpoint, obviously, whether you're liberal or conservative, I would hope you would think you don't want another Cuban Missile Crisis where in the Western Hemisphere, one of our enemies can sneak a nuke over that closely or have strategic power. For God's sake, what do you think the whole thing with Russia and Ukraine is about? We're looking at this with American eyes. Most liberals are. Russia made a decision, and I'm not saying that the persecution and slaughter of Ukrainians that is not right. But as a sovereign power, they were like, no.
Yes.
We cannot have the West have military capabilities right at our border.
Right. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you for saying that, because it's very unpopular to say, but I do agree with you. Basically what it was is, the Ukraine was about to join NATO. They were on the verge of it. And Russia was like, wait, American nukes are going to be right next to us. Fuck that. Right? They were looking out for their own thing. And so everyone wants to make it look like they're evil conquerors, blah, blah. It's true. They are bullying a smaller country, but at the same right, they're like saying, well, no, we don't want a puppet of America, our enemy, right next to us. Right. Just like we didn't want Russian nukes in Cuba, or we don't want Russia, Chinese allies in fucking Venezuela. Right. It all makes sense.
And I'm going to be completely honest with you, man. This is what happens with might makes right philosophy, right? And in this situation, the president made a decision that benefits all Americans, whether you want to sit in your ivory tower and hypothesize and philosophize about it. It's like you don't want to be in a country where your enemies can sneak something over that quickly. Mutual assured destruction is one thing. Like, hey, we can all shoot a couple of nukes off and they'll get there eventually. But it's another thing when it's at your back door. But it's also another thing where Venezuelans, you're right, they are celebrating in the streets. The ones that had to leave the country under persecution, right? Two things can be true at the same time. Yeah, Trump did something unheard of, but people are celebrating it. and you don't have to spend this. Also, there's another thing I want you to take a look at, man. It is a narco state, bro.
Yes, it is. And that's another thing I feel the left is constantly trying to say we're liars about. They're like, you guys are liars. They're not a narco state. They are definitely a narco state. What do you think about?
That's because they're all on drugs and they want their drugs to be plentiful. You know what the crazy thing, man? I'm not tapped into the streets anymore. I wonder if this has impacted the black market of drug trades, right?
By the way, Bex, welcome in. Hashtag fangirls for fanboys. Love it. Long time no see, girl.
I wonder if, if the prices went up a little bit. People woke up on Sunday looking to get their, ready for work. Mostly Wall Street guys.
that. I thought you meant eggs, the price of eggs.
No. And now their dealers are like, hey, man, gram prices went up, bro. I don't know if you know. So, yeah, he's So what did you think about the portion of him and Marco Rubio when they're doing the joint press conference and Trump is like, he just said it. He's like, yeah, so America's going to run Venezuela for the foreseeable future. And I was just like, what he's saying is not a lie.
So here's what I'm saying. This is the part of Trump that I like about him. And I think most people like about him. They like that he is. And I know a lot of people are like, well, he's some rich boy. How can he be alpha? He is an alpha male. Right. He may not be able to, have a jail room brawl or something, but in terms of like, he knows when he's powerful and he takes what he needs or wants or what the people want. Right.
Right.
And here's what it is. He knows that in terms of international law, kidnapping another president is like illegal, as if international law is a thing. Right. It's an imaginary thing. Right. But I'm just saying he alphaed him and people like a strong leader. That's what it is. He's a strong leader and people like that about him.
Yeah, he's shoring up the empire. We talked about this once before, man. This is what this whole thing is about. And I guess you just have to come to grips with the whole thing with the National Guard going into cities and dealing with crime and stuff like that, and dealing with the border crisis, and then dealing with the issues of, narco states with drugs coming across our borders. If all those things can stop drastically, then what are you mad about?
Well, what it is they look for any excuse to hate on him, because basically what it is that he wasn't part of the political class. He was a rich man, but he wasn't part of the political class. And they weren't sure if he was going to play ball. And when he had his first term, he didn't play ball. And they were like, we need to do everything in our power to destroy him. And so they try to, the media is just hammering everything is wrong about him. He could find a cure for death. And somehow the left will swing away that's evil and bad and wrong or something.
But this is the problem with progressive liberal brain rot, right? Like back in the day, everyone celebrated the Chinese government finally pushing the Brits out. They celebrated India pushing the Brits out because these sovereign powers are taking control of their own destiny. So now here we be from existential threats, right? From external threats, right? So here we have America that's under similar attack, but more subterfuge, right? Substance abuse is being pushed upon Americans, right? The border is compromised. And I'm saying that immigrants are welcome, right? There's a difference between that and then what, they want to force on you, which is everyone is welcome. No country operates that way. But America has the right to defend itself from threats, external and otherwise. And you can only position yourself as a threat before a country responds to you and such. And let's just take a stock of it, my brother. He didn't massacre thousands of Venezuelans to get this done, bro. That's what they wanted to happen.
You know who did? Maduro massacred thousands of Venezuelans to do his shit, to do his dirt, right? So, but you're right. No, here's what it is. There were some, and like I remember, I was arguing with a family member and about it, and they're like, yeah, well, what about that old woman? And I said, what old woman? Apparently on leftist news channels, they're doing a story about how this one old woman got killed or whatever.
It's horrible.
Here's what I'm saying. There's going to be collateral damage. I'm not saying it's not a tragedy, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't die. But obviously, when you do military operations, someone might get hurt.
Yes.
But I think the more impressive thing is that no Americans got hurt, right? Look at that.
Bro, I mean, they could have like just completely waylaid to the capital city. The whole
they could have dropped bombs for months, right, before he comes out of his hole, and they instead were able to do it covert, sneaky, Solid Snake style from Metal Gear or something.
But these were problems under multiple administrations. This was a problem under the Obama administration. This was a problem under the Biden administration, Trump administration, and it finally is not a problem as of right now. And the issue with Iran is just wild because that's just good old fashioned espionage.
By the way, before we get off of this one, let me ask you: do you know who Michael Knowles is?
I do know who Michael Knowles is. Yes.
I know you're gonna love him coming up. But he was the one who convinced me, because at first I was one of those people who said I don't like us interfering in other countries. I voted for America first. I want us to only look about America. But he actually convinced me on his show that he said this is America first, because what he was looking after is American interests, and allowing an enemy to fester in your backyard is not a good look. You can't just ignore everything in other countries. Exactly. And I realized, I was like, you know what? He is right. This was very America first.
Yeah, absolutely. It is what happens when you operate a country. How long did you think these things were going to go on? And in fact, now it does. What up, low? It does put people on notice, like the country of Mexico. You either have to deal with your narco problem, or it can get dealt with. If it impacts another country, there's no. And I'm glad Lowe said it. I don't like Trump because of the Epstein stuff, really. Every president seemingly crumbles under the pressure of anything they said on their campaign trail once they get in. That is true historically, but people love victories, Lo. The common American man loves a victory, and nothing says successful presidency like removing a dictator, toppling an enemy that we were force-feeding trillions of dollars to in years, and now Greenland is going to have a McDonald's and freedom.
Yes. I'm all about Greenland becoming the 51st. Yeah, they need to be the 51st state right there. It's Greenland.
The original vision for Cuba will finally be fulfilled. We can finally get some casinos over there, get some McDonald's and Burger King.
Dope. It's going to be dope. I'm going to vacation there, man. I'm going to vacation there with my hoes and stuff.
Roy is of Cuban descent. He can now go there freely. Hey, man, let's go check on Haiti. They're pretty close to our borders, too. Let's make sure they don't need some freedom. Let's free everyone.
Let's free everybody. Freedom for all. Freedom for all. We're going to buy Greenland and be 51st state, man. He did Space Force. He got rid of Maduro, man. This dude is rolling high. Obviously, the immigration stuff, people are loving right now. so much.
Bro, wait. And then your boy, King Emperor Elon, saying, turn off the internet in Iran, and I just swing Starlink over it. So that's how all those videos have been getting out that the Iranian government doesn't want of the civil unrest, because no country wants that type of stuff aired. Right. Except for America. They're like, you can watch all the Black Lives Matter riots you want. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to change anything, right? Yeah. But Elon put the satellite over, and that's how they've been transmitting a lot of the stuff going on there. Good old-fashioned subterfuge, toppling another government. Man.
Our man Elon. And here's what it is. I think it's funny that like people will criticize people on different levels, and like, I was saying this the other day to somebody that like, here's what I'm saying. Do I realize that Elon Musk is a jackass? Yes, I'm aware of it. Yes, he has issues with his baby mamas. He's always trying to impress teenagers for some fucking reason. He's like 50 and he brings a skateboard to his business meetings. Yeah, he's got a lot of flaws, but does he rep? He reps when he needs to rep. Just like Trump, I don't back everything Trump does. Like some of his ties are really ugly. Yeah. or the his dance. He's like, this is my Trump dance. Like, obviously I'm not gonna back that up, but I'm just saying, like, my man, when he's on fire, he's on fire.
Bro, yeah, I was sure that the the Epstein situation.
I did see The Apprentice.
Was gonna be the nail in the coffin, but I guess people just love a win. I know people just love a winner, and people love to hate a winner. And right now he's winning.
Are we going to talk about Epstein right now? Because I could, because I see people in the chat talking about it, and like, I don't know if.
What else is there to talk about? Like, there's nothing going on with it, bro. There's nothing really to cover on this, man. It's welcome to the world of politics.
Right. This is what I'm saying. That's why why I don't sweat it. Is like, at no point in my life did I ever think the Epstein list would ever come out. When anytime a politician or someone who's going to be in his cabinet is like, I'm going to bring it out, I'm like, okay, we'll see what you do there. And of course, I love when I remember a friend of mine got really triggered because they were like, yo, they just released thousands of Epstein files. And I was like, and I bet you it doesn't lead to a single arrest. I bet you it's all useless paperwork. And it was. All redacted. There's no smoking gun. There's no John list. There's no anything. Because you know what? These guys cover each other's asses. I get it. And so what it is people are trying to say like, well, Trump's on it. The truth is we don't really know. And here's my counter as to why I don't think Trump is on it. Why didn't Biden, who was in control of the Epstein list for 4 years, who was literally using corrupt courts to try to take out Trump, why didn't he release it?
They would have dropped that heat day one. That would
right, to prevent him from running again. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, you know what it is? I bet you so people are so powerful. The day it was compiled, I bet you some rich or powerful people took that away. No one has access to it. But I'm not going to sweat over it. Do I think that rich, powerful people bang little kids? Unfortunately, I do. But unfortunately, I can't do anything unless we have evidence.
Well, I mean, we do know there's a cabal of evil. It exists, but the game is played so well because you don't know what to believe anymore because of the internet and because everyone having a mic in front of them. There's information flowing at us all the time. I'm not excusing the mistreatment of children. I'm a Christian. I believe in the sanctity and safety of children from conception and even outside of the womb. Right? I just know that until something hard comes out, nothing's going to happen, if even then. And then that takes us to why I don't believe in partisan politics. And you all put way too much faith in these people. Vote your interest.
Right.
Vote your interest.
Yeah, well said.
And if your interests come into conflict with mine, then I'll see you outside.
That's what it is. At no point have I ever voted for a politician because I think they're moral and upright. Okay, yeah. I vote for them because they're going to give me what I want.
Yeah. And what I want,
and that's our exchange right there.
And what I want is a secure, God-fearing America, a safe country. And even if I live in a republic where everyone doesn't believe in God, the God of the Bible, I still want your rights to be protected because I see you as an image bearer of God. That's the America I want you to live in. I don't want you to live in a country where I can just drag you out into the streets and tie you to a pike.
I'm actually going to be honest with you. My one major problem with the Trump administration is they're not giving, what a due process to these people they're deporting. And what I'm saying is they have to have an immigration lawyer and they have to have a day in court. Here's what I'm saying. Even if it's a quick day, when they have those like kangaroo courts where it's like they think that they're like, what's your name? Jose. Okay. Okay. Guilty. Get him out of here. Even if they do that, that needs to happen, but you can't just eliminate it completely. That's unconstitutional and that's not cool. And I do have a problem with that. But other than that, I love the Trump administration.
Due process. I believe in the letter of the law, and I believe these people, even if they were here illegally, should, like you said, have their day in court. And there are situations we need to look at. Have they been paying their taxes? Have they been crime free? Then they're not a threat. They're not a threat. Now, go ahead.
Bex is wondering, does Elon ride the skateboard? He does. I don't know. He supposedly does. I'm sure he does. He's trying to be young. He's like, hello, fellow kids.
Elon is your typical retail manager still trying to be cool. That's why I gave up on that whole trying to connect with the kids thing, period. Like, they come up to me and they tell me jokes at my job. I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying. Get back to work.
Dex says, not going to lie, I miss these handsome faces.
Hey.
And we miss you, Pink Princess. Thank you so much.
My friend, it's good to be back.
It is great to be back. I know we have almost no time. We probably have negative time. We're not going to address the big one today, are we? Or should we wait for that next week to see what happens?
The big one.
The big one, no Mo, is what's happening in what happened with that woman Renee Good who got laced out by an ICE agent.
Okay. So this is, listen to me, man. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Crazy liberal she might have been. It's never going to be a good look when non-military trained. Hey, do you want to pay off your student loans? You don't think you make enough at Burger King? Government enforcement pulls a gun out, pops a woman 3 times in the face. A white woman at that, which her whiteness is being measured very low. I thought there was going to be more of an outcry. Pops her 3 times in the face.
She was probably a bitch.
Ironically, you said that. He popped it 3 times in the face and then said F and B as the cards. And I'm like, this is not gonna look, man. It's not a good look.
Yeah, no, here's what it is. It's not a good look. And here's
It's
Mantis's take.
She did not deserve to die.
She did not deserve to die. Absolutely agree with you. This is the bad take that's causing me and my family, like my siblings, to disown me, right?
Yeah.
And so here's the thing. What people are arguing is whether it's a clean kill or clean shooting, right? And what it is that's not saying that I think she's a criminal or that she was trying to murder the dude. All that I am saying is he was standing in front of the car, which, by the way, that's what cops do. Cops love to plant one of them in front of the car. So if you hit drive, they have an excuse to kill you, right?
Or if they tackle you to the ground, you move your leg even a bit and you kick one of them, that's assault. It's assault.
Boom. Yeah. So they always find this thing. So he was planted in front of there, and this woman unfortunately hit the gas, which makes his shooting legitimate.
Okay, I'm gonna juxtapose this to another situation, but before I do that, I want to read Lowe's comment. It's great to be back, Rico. Thank you, man. Lowe says, "Play stupid games, win stupid prizes." End of story. And with that as the backdrop, allow me to remind you of another young woman who played stupid games and won stupid prizes. January 6th, when that young woman saw that the Secret Service had their guns drawn, these are not mall cops, right? These are not regular police officers. Their job is if they have their gun trained on you, you are going to die if you don't choose the next moments carefully. This woman was shot in the chest once. That was it.
Yeah, it was a single hit, and she went boom, dead.
So that
kill shot
drove conservatives crazy. On this side of the table, this woman was shot 3 times in the face, and I say that there's similar situations where both of these things could have been avoided had we recognized the moment we were in. I live my life in a certain way when it comes to dealing with law enforcement, which is anything can go wrong. I got pulled over not too long ago. It's a BS stop, but whatever. And when I pull over and the cops ask me stuff, I literally said, "Hey, I'm going to reach into my glove compartment to get." I do that stuff too. Like to get the thing.
They're like, "You want an ID?" I was like, "That's in my front pocket. Is it right if I reach for it?"
Exactly.
I shouldn't have to say that. I understand, but we know how things can go wrong.
It was either my mother or my wife on the phone with me when the whole stop happened. I'm like, "I'm going to reach in my glove compartment now. Is that okay? I just have to roll down my window so I can hear you more. Is that okay?" Play stupid games, stupid prizes. I don't know where she was accelerating to. Her life wasn't in any immediate danger right then and there. I don't know what was going on.
Well, so backstory to it. So she is part of the Warriors Against ICE group. And throughout the day, they had encounters. As a matter of fact, people are trying to say that he meant to shoot her because he had an encounter with her earlier. And it was on his body cam.
Okay.
And it wasn't her, but her wife got out of the car and started talking smack to him earlier.
Her partner. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, whatever. And she's like, "Okay, big boy, you got to step in." But what they were doing is they were driving their vehicle around and they were constantly trying to impede the traffic abilities of ICE throughout the day.
Okay. Interesting.
And so they were already causing these problems. And so people are trying to say that because they mouthed off to him earlier, that he was premeditated a murder on this woman. I don't think that's what happened. I think he stepped in front of the car. They were waiting. They didn't want her to go anywhere. She hit the gas and he fired.
Can I propose a thought problem to you? Let's say they are as corrupt as they're being presented. would that not make you move a certain type of way around them? Like if they're as corrupt and as evil, ICE is the they I'm talking about. Would that not make you move a certain type of way around them? So we grew up in the city. Folks, we grew up under real racist cops. I'm not saying there aren't real racist cops now. For your
right, but yeah, real racist cops.
Like, I mean, a cop that'll call you the N-word, the S-word, right to your face. That good old
right.
That type of racism. You know what I'm saying? You're eating your sandwich with your homeboys, and he's like, "What are you mullions doing here?" And I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. But if they're as corrupt as you say they are, would you not move a certain type of way around them?
No, I agree, absolutely agree. And so this is actually, here's what I'm saying. I said it earlier. White privilege and estrogen make you do crazy things, right? And so I felt like these women are upper middle class, suburban people. I think they felt untouchable. Yeah. I think a lot of these people feel untouchable. But I feel you. Like I'll give you an example. A family member was going on about how like cops can't stop you for no reason to ask you for ID, and it was like I know they can't do that. They do that all the time throughout my entire life, particularly when I was a young man walking around the city. I was stopped nonstop. I'd be minding my business. They're like, they come up to me like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, nowhere, sir. They're like, "You got ID?" And like, this is what happens. And in order to go home not in a body bag, you have to cooperate with these a-holes.
Well, that's very anti-revolutionary of you, Mantis, man. Me as a well-trained black militant internet revolutionary who from the safety of his home will tell people how to live their life to get them shot. I'm telling you, you should have spit in that cop's face and stood 10 toes down and said, "It's all about Pan-Africanism, baby."
Only white women can usually get away with that, because if you're any other class of person, you're not going to get over that. And so Arika points out, apparently the cop almost got ran over the week before. Yeah, he got dragged, actually.
Yeah,
he's been dragged before. Like, he got caught in the window being dragged. So, these things are crazy, but yeah, when you're surrounded by them, you just power down your vehicle and you don't try to escape them.
So, and here's the thing, man. And don't hear what we're not saying. This woman did not deserve to die. We're not making a justification for her.
Definitely. It's a tragedy that this happened.
I'm telling you from our shared experience, a word that liberals like to use, our lived experience, the reality for which we have created in our minds and now project onto every situation, that we know how to best survive in these situations. And if you're saying that something is corrupt, the government is corrupt, unless you plan on getting down like our brothers and sisters from the continent of Africa during the apartheid time, or our ancestors during the liberation of Haiti or the civil rights movement, shut your mouth and get out of the way. If you want to be a revolutionary, that's it right there, folks.
Right. She was a revolutionary. Renee Good will always be remembered as a revolutionary.
So sign up.
That's how you want to be known. Yeah.
Put your life on the line. Let's step up. Step up.
Yeah, check out what Lowe says. Lowe says, he says, look at the common factor across police shootings. It's not race.
Yep.
And then he says,
it's non-compliance that causes.
It's non-compliance that causes escalation. It's absolutely true. And, usually I find for the most part, if you're relatively polite or nice or yes, sir, no, sir type shit, fucking leave you alone. No, don't get me wrong. There are racist scumbag cops out there that there's nothing you're going to say that's going to make things good, right?
Right.
But like in this particular case, if she just powered down her vehicle and let them ticket her or whatever the fuck was about to happen, wouldn't have gotten this ugly.
Or you videotape from a safe distance. But again, if you choose the revolutionary lifestyle, more power to you. This is the inevitable end to a lot of revolutionary stuff. Bex says Mantis would have been on a damn shirt if he would have done that. Well, now Bex, I don't know if I'm sure Bex is up on it. Hey man, to all you black folks making these these AI generated videos of your dead homies flying off into the sky, please stop. Please stop that. That is a disrespectful. I know the intent and the spirit behind it, but please stop. Your cousin Roy just comes off the t-shirt. Have you seen these things? And he flies into the sky while they're playing.
I've seen this. No, I've seen this. So I've seen all this stuff. Crossroads. Did y'all see the video? Lo says, did you know the video of the obese woman who tried to block ice and got steamrolled?
Yes. Yeah, I saw it.
After assaulting an ICE officer? I mean, I guess I didn't.
Physical expectation. If the military is bringing out new physical expectations for the military service members, then you liberals got to make sure your revolutionaries are up to snuff. They got to.
And I'll tell you, my new pastor starts next week, and that's why I didn't go to church today. I called out of church. Right? It's so funny I have to call out of church because I'm a Sunday school teacher. But another reason why I didn't kind of want to go to church.
You want to deal with this?
I didn't want to have coffee hour with all the libs talking about this because what I find is it's emotional. There's emotional arguments, not logical ones. And so, I had one person say to me, they're like, what I saw in the video is the cop moved in there for the sole purpose to murder that woman. And I was like, there is no way this dude was like, let me stand in front of there so I can murder her. What it is it's an unfortunate situation that happened.
Yes.
He was definitely standing there to try to prevent her from getting away, though.
Yeah. Beck says calling out a church is crazy. That is crazy work. Mantis was like, hi, it's me.
I was like, not feeling good today.
Whoa. What was that you just did, bro?
Coughing. You don't cough into your hand? What is wrong with you?
I definitely don't do the gesture you just did. Somebody clip that.
Nobody clip it. I'm going to cut you if you clip it. I'm going to cut you. I think we've had about enough time for today. Yo, but did you have fun tonight?
I did, man. It's nothing like taking a 6-month hiatus to just recharge your batteries, bro.
Honestly, I needed it. Not from you, just from all the responsibilities that I have. Just piling all over
we've been doing podcasts since COVID times. Sometimes 7 days a week at 4:00 in the morning, multiple podcasts. Thank you for the fans that came back. Our friends, not even fans, that just
honestly, our real people were all here. It was amazing. I love to see you guys. I hope you're all having an amazing 2026. I had a good time. I love how Beck says God is going to judge me for that when I get to the pearly gates. So, like, do you remember that time you called out and then you did that gay fallacious motion on your podcast?
You're out. Enjoy your eternity.
But I love it. We got through this. We had a good time. This is a good time. And guys, we are back. I believe our day. Am I correct? We are Sundays now?
Sundays. It's going to be Sundays. I'll be switching. I'll talk to Mantis off here. That means mic check will go to another day or,
Oh.
No,
we got to talk. Yeah. Schedules will be made. We love you all. We're having a good one. Yo, Uncle Steve, where can we find you?
You know where you can find me, man. On all parts of the internet, wherever there's shenanigans, just type in the Hold Up TV. Come over to rizradio.com, Riz Radio Live 365, wherever you enjoy your internet radio. Sunday nights, Tuesday nights, mic check.
And of course, you can catch me on rizradio.com or wherever Riz Radio is found on any of those radio apps on Saturday and Sunday. That's 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's called Burn Your Degree, and we get down, we get funky, and we detract all the nonsense in this world, and we dissect it all, and we make you see the light. You know what I'm saying? It's basically a cult. So you're gonna have a good time. But this is a Fat Man. You can never leave. This is a Fat Mantis and my man
Steve, real name, no gimmicks.
signing off. Until next time, guys. Ciao for